Let's go. Let's go. Real quick, guys. I just got back from watching Deadpool and Wolverine on opening night. And first impressions right off the bat, it was a fun movie, man. I had fun. I liked it. Dumb fun, turn off your brain and just, enjoy a movie. Nothing too deep, but still a fun Deadpool movie as it should be. And then went ahead and did a little setup with Deadpool and Wolverine right here. Wade's about to miss a shot. That's essentially what's happening. Coming back from watching Deadpool a second time, man, I'm finishing this little photo shoot for X Force. My thoughts still stand, man. It's a pretty much a turn off your brain movie and just have fun. I do have a few gripes. Like I said, I guess with the movie, it's just nitpicks at this point. Was I wish they would have incorporated some of the X Force action. Like, it would have been great to see Wolverine in his X Force suit. I think the brown suit was amazing with the whole cameo in the movie. I really enjoyed that whole scene. That was probably one of my favorite parts of the movies. All the cover, homage or cameos they did in the beginning. The movie does slow down a bit. That's kind of a big thing that I've noticed on my second watch. It does feel a little slow, I think, in the beginning and towards the middle, where they try to give it a little more heart, but I don't think they succeeded as much as it feeling a little slow compared to the rest of the movie. But overall, it's just a fun movie, man. Love the cameos. Really, it was a really warming scene to see them kind of give homage to the whole Fox universe. And yeah, man, just kind of my nitpick. I think it just felt a little slow at some points, but that was mostly from the second watch. The first time I didn't feel it at all, so I don't know how valid my little makeshift review is, but yeah, man, love the movie. You guys should probably check it out. I watched it a second time. I think that's good enough for me. I don't think I need to go back to theaters to watch it a third time. But here's some Deadpool action.
Nice. Look, I'm a rock star in real life. We was doing Grand Theft Autos, hitting licks, home invasions. It was a good night. Take the goods to the plug, then he bring us back by 2K. Feeling like a baller, see the Jordan on my shoelace. Nuketown, stepping off buses, hopping on fences. Call of Duty, me and my niggas, we in the trenches. Camping at the crib, playing True Crime LA. Santa Dre's nice, bumping Ice Cubes, good days. Such a 90s baby though. If we grind it, then we grind it. Man, I feel like Tony Hawk. And my homies got the iron, man, they feel like Tony Stark. And you better watch your head, cause it get wicked.
I've been getting a few packages over the last 2 weeks. As you guys can see here, all the damn toy companies decided to drop it right before SDCC. So yeah, got a bunch of cool shit right here on the table. I'm gonna get into it real quick. It's not gonna be the usual overview I give you guys just because I have so much stuff and I just want to rapid fire this thing, tell you guys what I like about them, what I don't like, but not get too much detail into them. But yeah, let's go ahead and get started. Let's check out these guys. Now, jumping straight into one of my most anticipated figures of this year. I know I said that with the Agent Venom Man, but this guy right here was definitely number two. Now, I had originally given up on the Berserk line from SHF, man. I pretty much got a lot of issues with the original Guts, but when SHF fucks up, they know how to fix it, man. That's exactly what they did right here with this guy. Just look at the posts this guy can hit. Now, really fast, one of the primary issues they fixed, the ball joints on the hand. Originally, he really couldn't hold his blade that well. Any little movement would have caused him to like pop off his hands and stuff. They definitely fixed that. Um, and with this guy, just the articulation on him is crazy, man. Especially for like a character that is supposed to be so mobile and so acrobatic with the blade and a full set of armor. This guy is definitely up there, man. I'm loving this figure. Love the texture on it, straight from the manga. Something that Figma really couldn't do was give us that texturing on the armor, and then look at this, man. Look how his eye lights up because he's supposed to be missing. He lost an eye, and in the manga and even in the anime, the horrible anime that was, um, you see his one eye light up when he's holding the armor. So this guy right here, this figure can hit the poses, and this figure can just, you know, if you mess with it long enough, it's an overall improvement on the line. Now, the next figure we're going to talk about is this King Conan. And my original issue with every other Conan, man, was always the double joints missing. The missing double joints was a big issue for me. You guys know in this channel that I love Conan. I wasn't looking forward to this King Conan, not because I don't want the figure. It would look amazing in the renders. But my issue was the double joints. And look at these guys. Did Mezco shut my ass up? They give him the double joints. I was telling everybody, man, since the beginning that Mezco should be doing the double joints, especially since they had the body of that death dealer. And when the Conqueror Conan, didn't come with any of the double joints that you saw with Death Dealer, that thing really, really bothered me, man. It really hurt my soul being a champion for Mezco Conan's, always singing their praises to every person that would hear me, and then kind of hitting me with that miss, man. But they have done it right here. Look at those double joints. That's all I got to talk about, man. This Conan is just essentially the same body mold. The only thing that's been updated is those double joints, and as always, you guys already know, Mezco kills it with the sculpt, Mezco kills it with the accessories, Mezco kills it with the soft goods. Everything is here that you would need with a King Conan. But look at those double joints. Hell yeah. Now, moving on to Teen Gohan. I had heard some horror stories about pretty much the fragility of the figure, the joints breaking, some QC issue from SHF, man. But gladly mine seems to be perfect, man. I actually really enjoyed the figure. The articulation on this guy is just on point as expected with SHF Dragon Ball. He can pose, he can move. The head sculpts are on point. Like, this guy is just the whole package. As expected from such an amazing line that I still believe is probably the best line out there, man. And that's SHF Dragon Ball. Like, this head sculpt where he's kind of calm but serious is a really good head sculpt I'm really enjoying. And just the overall kind of like, movement of it. They used this similar plastic, almost like, I don't want to say latex, but like really soft plastic that they used for the crotch area on the Chainsaw Man. They used it for the gi and the crotch area on this Gohan as well. And it really just gives it an option to really pose kind of crazy, man. It's just, I feel that a 3.0 Teen Gohan was definitely needed, in this line, and they kind of delivered with that at this point. Just with, beautiful sculpture, beautiful articulation, anything you would expect from this figure. Now, I do have a few gripes. I'm not the biggest fan of the cloak. I just feel that it doesn't sit as flush as it could, which I would prefer. And even the thighs, as you guys can see, are a little too high for my liking. I would prefer them to be a little shorter just because they tend to run into that crotch piece. But as you guys can see, overall, this figure is just great. I'm definitely enjoying it. Now, real fast, who's up for a little size comparison? As you guys can see, they updated the height on the man, which I really appreciate. It was, sometimes SHF just didn't have the overall height of the figure correctly, or just overall just scaling was off when it came to this line. But I'm glad that they're going back and fixing that, and I am glad that they're also going back and pretty much making the figures a little more accurate to the source material, which is the manga, man. A little more bulky look, a little more square, rather this skinnier look they had on the right side. So yeah, man, here's a little comparison of them both, how they look and next to each other. And real quick, for those wondering, the head of the Super Saiyan 2 2.0 Gohan does fit on the 3.0. It's a little big and the skin tones don't really match, but I mean, you can do it if you really wanted to. So yeah, something real quick added in there. Now, real quick, moving on to Marvel Legends. This Iron Man has been sitting on my pile loop for a minute now, and now that I finally have it in hand, man, I really enjoyed it. I actually like this figure better than the newest Mark 20, man. This thing is just more fun. I feel like it articulates a little better, and I personally like this the Extremist armor a little more. I really appreciated the painting this little arc reactors. I mean, that they didn't do it on the Model 20. And I just think the overall color and head sculpt really reminds me of the Ultimate Alliance 2, art style from the game. It's just that extremist version of it. But yeah, another issue I have with this guy is the stiffness of the joints. I feel like this is something I've been talking about for the longest with Marvel Legends. They feel a little too stiff, man. They need a, I don't know what it is. I don't know if someone fucked up the percentage of the molds or the plastic or whatever, but they just been feeling a little too tight to play with for a little while now, and I've been talking about that. But overall, man, this figure is great, and I see I can't remember the name of the guy off the top of my head right now, but that upgrade with the light up eyes and the light up chest would push this figure right over the edge. Kind of kicking myself for not getting that, man, now that I like the figure so much, but maybe one day I'll be able to pick up a little upgrade kit for him. And now we got the Shield 3-pack, man. I love this 3-pack. It's all a bunch of repaints. I don't really have much to say, man. It's the Black Widow body, the Vulcan body, and I think this might be a new body because he's a little bulkier. But where this pretty much 3-pack pays for itself is in those head sculpts, man. Just the way that Nick Fury looks, the photo real, the Dum Dum Dugan. We definitely needed a new one. And then the Sharon Carter. I'm not the biggest fan of this head sculpt. I understand why they gave it to her, just because they needed a head sculpt like the Black Widow with the short hair that is not hindering the articulation. But even the other head sculpt, just something doesn't feel right about it. It doesn't look like Sharon, in my opinion. But that's just a nitpick. That's my personal opinion. But overall, the accessories, the amount of weapons, and just the overall 3-pack makes this worth it just for that price. So yeah, man, definitely just enjoying the hell out of these figures. Alright guys, Saturday, July 26th is SDCC weekend. I cleaned up my top shelf a little bit a while ago, but it's still a little crowded. But I got something a little special for you guys. You guys already know it's already that time of the year for a little bit of an SDCC special. But this year is going to be a little more, what can I say, a little more hands-on, I guess. So yeah, man, got a little surprise for you guys. Stay tuned. This is what the top shelf is currently looking like. So yeah, man, let's get this episode started.
Detour full of them. You don't want to start watching Dragon Ball now?
I wasn't super convinced about this Goku at first, but now that I have him with this Gohan, they look great together. Can't really complain. I really like the animated look on both faceplates. So yeah, trying to recreate a little bit of a manga panel right here. Nothing too complicated. So on Saturday morning, I still wasn't too sure if I was gonna make it into SDCC, but I figured I would go and check out the Bandai experience they had going. If you guys have been watching this channel, you guys know I always kind of walk the con a bit, walk around outside. So this year I kind of was planning to go into Comic Con, but I wasn't too sure if I was gonna make it in. So I decided to just kind of take a walk around the Bandai experience, and a lot of it was focused on Daima, which is pretty cool, man. Definitely excited for that show. But not a lot of SH figure arts per se. I believe the Daima figures are considered another line, but a lot of the focus was on Dragon Ball Daima and Sparking Zero, Tenkaichi 4 that should be dropping soon by the time I'm recording this. But yeah, that's kind of. Now, as far as the Bandai experience goes, they had a lot of displays, man. One of the better ones was probably the Sparking Zero display they had for the game. They recreated the cover with some SH figure arts, and that looked really awesome. I also got a chance to look at that Vegeta, the new Vegeta Blue. While the body still remains to be this, looks like it's the same as the 2.0. I think the head sculpt really captures that kind of style for Dragon Ball Super, where he kind of had a shorter hair due to kind of like the animation style they had, but it still kind of remains as Vegeta. So I'm definitely excited for that figure, man. It looks really great. That whole new head sculpt really sells it to me for kind of screams Super. And then as far as the GT stuff goes, man, the trucks and the PAM look great. They were on display as well. The only issue I have is that the PAM looks a little bigger than she was in the anime. I might be tripping, but that was just my how it looked to me. I still need to pick up that Goku from GT, the kid Goku. I've been lagging and picking up some SH figure arts, but slowly making my way through it. I don't know what it is about windswept head sculpts that hair sculpts technically, that I just love, man. When they first incorporated it with the legendary Super Saiyan Goku, and then now with this Gohan, it just gives so many options to dynamic posing and just having fun with the displays of your figure. It just gives that extra touch you're looking for when it comes to some action posing. As far as this year goes, the Bandai the Bandai experience was super crowded, man. It kind of sucks I wasn't able to do all the activities they usually have out there, just because this year was super crowded, more than any other year I've seen before. And Yeah, man, just it was a crowded mess, but still got some good footage in there. Just finishing the photo shoot here. Gohan taking out Cell. This Cell definitely needs an update, man. There's still the 1.0, I think. I hope to see a 2.0 sooner, man. I was hoping to see more Cell Saga stuff, but hey, I can be patient. It's all good. It's late as hell, tired as hell, but I figured I finished the photo shoot. Might as well just complete the vision, right? So this is gonna be the final shot right here. I figured I wanted to do something different with that face plate. I already was doing the moment he turns Super Saiyan 2, but I think it works for like a crushing kind of end pain face. But yeah, on to the next.
La siguiente estación, calle 8.
8th Street is next.
Maybe or no?
Next station, Pacific Fleet.
quick setup right here with the Punisher. Trying to recreate that famous cover from the first issue. I've been trying to recreate that cover for a minute now and finally getting around to it. So, yeah, something pretty simple, I guess. Actually, I'm fucking lying. This shit was complicated as hell. Up. I actually used the rocket launcher from the third party Leon I got a few years back. What was it last year? I can't remember, man. Then got, got Bullseye freaking out in there. Also got the Rhino kind of like, oh crap. And just, Frank trying to blast them to hell. Okay, it was actually a Mezco grappling hook from Batman. A Batman grappling hook from Mezco, the classic one. And then I just kind of combined a little bit of my dial with the NECA setup. And yeah, man, I'm not super happy with the lighting. I mean, I'm tolerating it. I wish it would have done better, but I'm experimenting. I think that's one thing that a lot of artists tend to kind of forget about is experimenting, man. Even if it doesn't come out perfect, experimenting is always good. Try to evolve your style. And that's what I'm doing here, trying to play with some shadows. See how it goes. I got a chance to run by the Marvel Legends booth as well, man, the Hasbro booth over at SDCC. And man, was that booth goddamn small. That thing was crowded to high hell. I had to circle around a few times to finally get into the booth. Check out, as you guys saw in the video, check out a few of the figures. And I saw some of the people from the community, man, just act the fool when they revealed that Wolverine, pushing through people, just being disrespectful around. I'm not going to say names, but damn, was that embarrassing. Jesus Christ. You know who you are. If you watch the reveal of the whole SDCC was that new Punisher 2-pack. Even though I don't think that got revealed at SDCC, but I got to see it, man, in person. And man, was that Punisher looking nice. It was about time we needed an update. I originally wished this version of the Punisher would have been updated. This was one of the figures that I was kind of planning originally on my retrospect from last episode to kind of mention that needed an update. And although we didn't get the exact update of the white gloves and the white boots, I'm still happy for that 2-pack version, man. It represents the the War Journal version where he's like black boots, black gloves, and kind of like the main thing why I'm excited for is because it kind of reminds me of the Marvel Universe version. And you guys know I'm a sucker for Marvel Universe version, man. And the photoreal on that face looks amazing. This version, ideally I would have preferred this type of head sculpt. This is the head sculpt from the Return of Marvel Legends Trench Coat Punisher on the, I want to say, Walgreens exclusive Punisher. But if they would have kind of gone with that direction of the slick back and just kind of like the older look for Punisher, that would have been perfect in my opinion. But they decided to go for the bandana one more time, which I don't mind. But I just wish they would have gone with the slick. Another cool review I got to check out was that brown suit Wolverine. Even though it's not the brown suit I was looking for, I prefer the more dark brown instead of like the reddish look. But I saw what they were going for, man. I actually got to kind of just hang out and talk to, I believe, the sculpting manager, Dan Riam, I believe was his last name. I can't remember, man. So if you're watching this video, my bad. I appreciate you for chilling there for me for a while, man, and just kind of talking the legends. Even though I know you couldn't say much, I kept asking him a bunch of questions, kind of pushing it, and he kind of just trying to have deniability, I guess is the word. So pretty much kind of pushed him without him saying, without him kind of flat out telling me, kind of figured out that the head sculpt was something he worked on. It's a whole new head sculpt on that, obviously. People weren't able to really tell at first. But the body is pretty much the same old Wolverine body, just pinless. That was cool enough to give me like the whole breakdown on all the new figures they're revealing. They revealed those Outriders 2-pack, which I'm not a big fan of the MCU stuff, so I wasn't really super into that. They did reveal the grayscale version of Dragon Man, and that he was able to tell me about, the whole sculpting, just the whole 9 yards, man. Kind of had to tell me how it was all new sculpt, worked from the bottom up, and just kind of how tall it was, just kind of giving me the basics of the figure. But looking at the Dragon Man in person, it looked really, really great. I'm not the biggest Dragon Man hype person. I know like it's a big Marvel Legends reveal. A lot of people have been looking for the Dragon Man as a grail. But to me, it's a cool figure, man. I'm definitely gonna pre-order it when it goes up if it's the right price. But it was nothing that I was super impressed with. Even though the height was really great. It's just and the sculpt. A lot of people are wondering. Yes, it's definitely sculpted on detail on the arms, and then there is. It seemed to me like there was some texturing. Don't quote me on it, but from what I was looking in the video and just looking at it in person, there looked to be some texturing to those scales, but I might be wrong.
Nice.
Got around to opening the Cabal 3 pack from Marvel Legends. I was really looking forward to this Iron Patriot. But honestly, out of the 3 pack, after I saw it a few times, I kind of decided that the Taskmaster was definitely one I needed in my collection. I don't think I've ever owned a classic Taskmaster, so yeah, they're on, man. Open. Let's check them out. I'm not gonna go too detailed into this 3 pack just because they're mostly repaints and reissues, man, at this point. So let's just kind of rapid fire what I like and don't like about them. Now, starting with the Iron Patriot, I really enjoy this figure. I kind of knew I was gonna enjoy it, man, just because I've been wanting an Iron Patriot for a minute now. I'm a big fan of Dark Avengers, as you guys probably already know, and pretty much they kind of did the whole thing pretty accurate this time around. Rather than just doing another repaint of the extremist Iron Man, they did half and half. So I believe this upper part, this upper torso with the stars and the shoulder pads are new, but the lower torso, the legs, and the arms and the forearms are extremist Iron Man. As you guys can see it, I have them right here. So a little comparison right next to each other. That's what they look like together. So my only complaints I have with this Iron Patriot is that they didn't paint the light as they did with the extremist Iron Man. I think that's the only one they really painted the light in. And a more accurate part of the suit would be for this to actually have more of a spiky look. So they should have incorporated more of the Model 20 as far as the forearms go, but keep the rest as being super accurate, in my opinion. Another thing that I noticed, I don't know if you guys can tell, but the head sculpt on this Norman is 1,000 times better than that animated series one. While the animated series one was really nice, the photo real tech right here is just killing it with this Norman Osborn. I think the paint helps a lot. I like how they gave him like dark, eyelids, just to know that like the Green Goblin is still creeping in there, but he's trying to keep it together. And to top it all off, they actually gave us an accurate helmet, man, which is ideally it's not supposed to be exactly like the Iron Man's helmet as they've done before. This is supposed to be an incorporation of Oscorp into the armor suit, kind of him making his own version of it. So this different helmet does feel really comic accurate. I'll probably show a picture of that, but yeah, man, really enjoying this Iron Patriot. Now, as far as this Doom goes, it's nothing really impressive, man. It still has the pants, it is hidden by this, but they did incorporate a Doombot head, which I don't have right now at hand, but they did incorporate a Doombot head, which was cool. The soft good cloak is kind of cool. It's still super cheap in my opinion. The color of the armor is a little more glossy and it's not metallically, but it's like almost that like swirly plastic compared to the original release. I do have the original. I don't have it in hand right now. I could probably look for it, but yeah, man, it's not the greatest figure. It's cool to have a classic Doom. They did update the face go with the photo real, so the eyes look way better. But I kind of wish they would have done a modern helmet. But this classic helmet's kind of growing on me. But not the best Doom. I might do a head swap, see what that looks like. Now, as far as Taskmaster goes, I really, really love and hate this figure. Now, I do love it because it's probably one of my favorite out of the 3 pack, just because of like the updated articulation, the look. Like I said, I've never really had a classic Taskmaster, so this guy definitely took the cake for me. Just having him, it's really cool that you can hold all his weapons at the same time. I have him holding the bow, the shield. Even the shield is probably a better shield than even Captain America's, man. It's just like the size of it, just the overall look of the shield feels really good. If they can use this shield in a Captain America figure, or if they have before, I'm not sure. It might be the Bucky Cap shield. But yeah, man, this guy just, I really like how, he looks overall, the overall aesthetic of it. Now, my main issue, the fucking cape. At this point, I would have preferred they gave us a cloth cape with no double side, man, just a completely white one, because this thing is a fucking piece of hard ass plastic, and he can't pose, man. Look at all the moves he can do without the cape. Like, this thing can just move and articulate so great. It is the Vulcan body, like he can move. But my issue here is the cape, man, and the head. Like, the head pops off easily with just with no cape. Imagine how easily it pops off with the cape. It's just a pain in the ass, man. Those are like my main two gripes for him. But other than that, he holds all his weapons, like I said. He comes with cool accessories. I mean, it's a pretty good taskmaster for what he is, man. But definitely those two big issues. Even though I love the figure, kind of just brought it down for me as the overall favorite of the 3-pack. I don't know, man. Something about the current Marvel Knights display. Something pretty quick, something simple. Ideally, I want to switch out this whole detail to, a single team, but for now, I got them sharing with the X-Men. But yeah, I want to replace this guy eventually with the modern Iron Fist that we just got, the modern / classic Iron Fist from the Luke Cage Iron Fist 2-pack. I want to replace this Punisher with that new Bushwhacker 2-pack as well. But ideally, I would want them to update the white glove version. Then we got the updated blade here. Little Marvel Knights action. A little what it looks like before I switch. How could I forget? I might even throw the motorcycle in here if I do a Marvel Knights display for a single detail. I think that would be a cool thing to do, but we'll see. Then we got the modern X-Men right here. This is what the display looks like, man. Like I said, I've been trying to switch it up, but I haven't really had time to clean my details. But when I do, I'm probably gonna set up a whole new display. I'm gonna go ahead and switch out that X-Force Wolverine with the new Astonishing one comes in, just to keep the whole Astonishing team going. And then I would love a modern Nightcrawler with that, Utopia costume. That would be pretty great. But yeah, that's what the X-Men display is looking like so far. This brown suit Wolverine, man. That new one they just announced at SDCC is not really super great in my opinion. I wish it was a darker color like this one. This is practically a placeholder for the Mayfix one once they reissue. I'm definitely gonna jump on that. But final Marvel Legends display right here is my Avengers one. I have kind of like modern Avengers on the left and then the classic on the right. But yeah, it's kind of what the setup is. I replaced that modular armor Iron Man with the more modern just to represent that Bendis run. And kind of like the classic going into like the modern new Avengers. But yeah, I mean, most of the figures here are updated figures or Mayfix, which to me is perfect. So, even the Amazing Yamaguchi one, I think I've said it before that this is my ideal Avengers Wolverine look that I want. So the display's looking pretty good. I just need to switch it up. Once I clean these details, I've had this too long. Quick update. I kind of added Nick Fury a little better in there. Kind of made him a little more visible in the display. And brought Black Widow a little forward to even stuff out. So yeah, classics and modern on the other side is what it's looking like right now. On the desk, brainstorming a little bit of poses here. Nothing too drastic. Shout out to Zero Deep. We're bouncing ideas off each other on what we really want to do with this figure. Guts taking out a giant. I'm really feeling this pose. A little bit of Taskmaster action over here. And something pretty simple with Nick Fury and Iron Patriot over there. And finally, here we have the end results. Still in love with that pose, man. I think I really nailed it with that acrobatic look, the acrobatic feel that the Berserker armor has. And shout out to Deep, man. Once this figure was announced back a while ago, man, I know both of us were super excited, and we've been looking for something to collab in. We've been talking about it for a while, so it only made sense that this figure that we've both been looking forward to, and as huge Berserk fans that we talk about, we just kind of geek out over the franchise. It was about time we would do a collab, man. It just made sense. Just kind of bouncing ideas off each other. This is the end result. Everything's balanced, man. Even the stand itself is balanced on this whole setup, man. You guys don't know how many times I dropped this shit. But yeah, You know, something it's super simple, but at the same time, it was a bit difficult just getting the poses just right, you know, and just making sure everything's balanced correctly as I wanted it, just to get the right angle of the shot. The idea for the shot was kind of, you know, Guts kind of cutting through his arm and, you know, kind of hitting him. He tried to block it. That's why you kind of see those blood effects in the hand. So kind of wanted to sell this effect that he kind of, you know, the giant tried to block the shot with his hand. You know, the blade just cut right through and still hit him in the neck. So yeah, it's kind of the setup. There's what the lighting situation looks like. Yeah, messy desk, two lights down there. And it is what it is.
These are like modern versions, which is so cool. I love Mortal Kombat, man. I'm on the crazy side.
Got some quick Dark Avengers action right here. Man, this team looks really great together. We just really need a updated docking, as I've said last episode, and probably Moonstone Miss Marvel, and maybe an updated Ares for sure. But yeah, come on, Hasbro, give us the new Dark Avengers. Let's complete this team and move on. Now, keeping it with Hasbro, I actually had a chance to meet Dan Yoon back at the Hasbro booth at SDCC. You know me, guys. I love to talk. I'll walk up to anybody and just have a conversation. So I walked up to the guy. I recognized them and kind of just started conversing with them, you know, talking about the stuff I wanted, you know, stuff that, you know, the people kind of are looking at, and just kind of trying to pick the brain of the guy, man. Shout out to him if he ever sees this video. He was a pretty chill dude. I appreciate him for sitting there and actually having a conversation with me. But we talked about some pretty interesting stuff. I guess one of the few things that I kind of pulled up from the conversation, even though he didn't tell me directly, it was assumed that it looks like they're stepping away from multi-packs. Just because I was asking about them completing, the X-Force team, the original Strike Force that I've been asking for about 10 years. I asked them about Dark Avengers, whether they're going to drop a multi-pack to kind of complete the team, or anything like that they might be looking at. And pretty much he kind of flat out just told me that the Marvel Legends team is just not looking at multi-packs at this point, man. Even though they did drop it, 2-packs, that by the time this video pops out, you guys have probably seen them. So I wasn't too sure what he referred by, any multi-packs. He might have referred to, 5-packs or 4-packs or anything other than 3. Just because, as you guys see, those don't seem to be doing good in the market, man. Amazon has been putting them on sale. They've been ending up in Ollie's. So it was just an interesting conversation. I wanted to bring up the idea that he kind of just flat out told me, and, the little kind of laid back conversation we had, that they weren't really interested in doing any more multi-packs. So I guess that's what it is, guys. So it looks like Marvel Legends is stepping away from those 5-packs and 4-packs. But, ideally we want to finish this team. So if it has to be 2-packs, I'll take it, man. Because, they still need the super, a little more built Spider-Man to be the Dark Spider-Man. They need to drop a few more characters, update this Ares, update the Daken. We need this team to be completed, and I don't know how they plan on doing that at this point. Out of the whole Cabal 3-pack, I didn't think that Iron Patriot would be my favorite. But man, this figure kicks ass. For all the people that were pretty much whining and just, kind of criticizing it right off the bat when they saw the pictures, in person it looks much better. It beat Taskmaster for me, which was my most anticipated out of the 3-pack, but that cape really sucked. But overall, man, got a little quick shot right here. Dark Avengers jumping off the helicarrier to go save Doom. If you guys read the run of Dark Avengers, that was the first mission. But come on, Hasbro, let's finish this team. We're so close. This is what the lighting setup looks like right now. It's a mess on my desk as usual, but 2 key lights, 1 light under to kind of, shine a little bit since they're outside. And then just kind of right here is the complete shot. That's what it looks like. So, I don't know if it's the heat, man, or I don't know what the fuck is going on, but for some reason, the molds keep cracking on the some figures, man. Recently, this thing right here, I don't know if you guys can see too. I tried to put some sticky tech in there, but while I was doing the Dark Avengers shot, I noticed that the mold cracked in there, man, making the fucking ball joint loose as hell. So yeah, I don't know if it's like the heat and with the little getting a little hotter, and then it gets cold at night. It's just causing the molecules of the mold, the plastic to expand and crack. So that's probably it, but shit's pissing me off. Another quick case, man. Look at this right here. I don't know what it is, but you guys can see this Iron Man cracked on me, the mold, and the little head is super fucking loose now. Man, this shit fucking sucks. I don't know if it's a combination of like Hasbro using like some crappy ass plastic that's harder that I've been noticing lately, or if it's just a combination of a bunch of stuff causing this shit to crack. Even back here, I don't know if you guys can see, little crack there. Maybe I'm wrong. I don't fucking know, but I think the Gambit? They actually have a Gambit over there. They should have one.
This actually looks really damn good, eh? He's too skinny.
A little bit of King Conan action from Mezco. Finally getting around to shooting this guy. You guys know me, man. I love to do storytelling, so as you guys can see, a bunch of Easter eggs right here. I think of King Conan that he likes to reminisce about the old days, his young days, and everything he's conquered. So he tends to have a bunch of trophies in his throne room just to intimidate his enemies. And I got a little bit of Easter eggs and hints in there for the future of my Conan story, man. Few things he's done through his life. A little fast forwarding here through his kingship. We got a messenger that just arrived, so yeah, pretty big set. A little bigger than usual, but here we are, man. Definitely feeling this shot. Stacked up 2 dials I made a while back, man. You guys have seen this little temple I've made. This base I don't really break out just because it's really generic, kind of just like stone tiles. But I was trying to recreate almost like a King's Hall real quick. Hope it came through, but yeah, man. Thought I'd switch it up, stack both of them up, create a whole new dial. Closer look at all the little props I got up here with King Conan, as you guys can see. Got a crown right there, a few jewels, a few weapons, a map. Just the little things of all the places in the Hyborian Age where he's been. He's definitely not happy about that messenger. Fun little fact, this Conan is so short, and this is actually a McFarlane throne. So it's actually from the Lex Luthor Superman, I believe, or he was like Lex Luthor Darkseid, one of those two. But I had to prop him up a little bit. Hope it wasn't too noticeable, but they just look like extra steps or whatever. Now, I did get a chance to check out the SDCC Mezco booth, man, and a lot of their figures on display looked really great, man. Some of the stuff that really caught my attention that I wasn't really expecting them to was the Doc Ock. That Doc Ock looks way better in person. He does still look a little skinny, for his canon look, I guess, or his 616 look, but he still looks really good in person. The Nightwing looks really great, even though a lot of people were not super fans of the tactical look. I mean, I understand, man. I like the slick black, suit he wears as well, but I think the tactical look fits in with the Mezco versions of the figures they've dropped so far. That Mezco Batman does have some kind of like a mesh metal kind of effect on the suit, which is just kind of Mezco doing their thing. They have really cool reveals also, man, like that Beetlejuice. I know I had my girl with me over at SDCC, and she definitely liked that Mezco Beetlejuice, man. She's a big fan. And I was thinking, like, hey, just might pick that up for her, man, just so you can go ahead and check it out and kind of have it in the collection together. But yeah, the Beetlejuice looks pretty cool. They had the mask out there too, which looks way better in person than in pictures, man. I'm kind of regretting not picking that up. It should be dropping about now at this time that I'm recording. It is dropping. I've seen a bunch of people take pictures, really dope pictures, man, and just cool stuff all around. Another one that really caught my attention was that Dog Nocturnal, man. I never really picked up the original, but this one looks way better, way more detailed, way more, designed on it. Something's just way more fun, man. And he's just a little more juiced up, apparently. So that's what people are saying. So I'm definitely excited for that as well. I don't know if there's anything out of the top of my head that I'm missing. But yeah, man, Nesco had a pretty good showing, but I don't know, man. I still had my grabs with that, and I'll get right into that in a bit. But yeah, man. As far as it goes, I think the figures that practically stole the show for me was the Beetlejuice, which everyone's talking about, and probably Dog Nocturno, man. Yeah, Nightwing looks good, but I just Dog Nocturno, man. I'm not really into Rumble Society, but that thing looked really damn great. Definitely excited to see when it comes out. One that I almost forgot to talk about was that Miles Morales from the Into the Spider Verse from Mezco. And while they did kind of fix the head, man, it looks a little better. That Miles is not it, man. I don't think that thing translates correctly onto the Mezco style, or even the soft goods. The body proportions are just weird in my opinion. The head looks weird. I don't know, man. They're really recreating the animation style from the Into the Spider Verse or Across the Spider Verse, was it? I think it was Across the Spider Verse. My bad. Just not translate well to action figures, at least not in the Mezco style, in my opinion. Might be a hot take for some of you, but that thing does not look good. But yeah, man, I'm definitely thinking about tracking the new cap. That thing definitely stole the show as well for me. It's pretty late at night, man. I'm totally brain farting what I saw over at the Mezco booth. I had to rewatch some old footage to remember. But yeah, man, I remember I saw that Ghostface and Terrifier. They look pretty good, man. I'm pretty sure those are new. I don't think they had been shown anywhere else before. I'm interested in the Ghostface. I'm not really a big fan of the Terrifier franchise, so sue me, man. I don't know. You guys can fight me in the comments, but yeah, the Ghostface looks really good, man. And then they also showed that Junkyard Joe, which looks pretty good in person, but I have no connection, mate. Man, maybe if I read the trade paperback, I'll go around to pre-ordering it, but at the moment it's not really priority. Now, one thing they did kill it this year for sure was those dials. The whoever made those dials for them, man, definitely killed it. Their display, as always, was really fun and really interesting to look at, man, and just kind of go all around the booth checking out those little hints and those little kind of Easter eggs that like to drop in those displays. But as far as presentation goes, it wasn't definitely bad, but I just feel that Mezco has been doing this for years, where they bring a bunch of stuff they already released and put it on display, and they really don't bring out the good stuff, man. They don't really bring out the showing you would expect for an SDCC, right? That might just be my opinion, but I just feel that they've been lagging this last few years. And once again, another year with a low showing for DC from the Mezco side. They only showed the one character, and it's a Batman character, Nightwing. I don't know, man. Maybe the DC license is a little too expensive because they keep dropping Marvel stuff, or they keep announcing Marvel stuff. I don't know why they can't be doing the same for DC. So it might be the license. Mez maybe just only likes Batman. I don't know, man. That was disappointing. It's the next day. I'm in the process of taking the setup down, but I forgot to mention to you guys. I don't know if I've said it before, but here on Dynamic Saturday, but this cup is actually from the I want to say the Thrawn SDCC pack back in the, I want to say 2019, maybe 2018, from the Black Series. So they actually did. There's actually the Holy Grail. Yeah, there's the Holy Grail. So pretty much they kind of did like a little Easter egg in the Rebel show. They put the Holy Grail in Thrawn's like collection, and I've been using ever since, like cups for like medieval or like sword and sorcery, or sword and sandal that they call it also. But yeah, that's where the cup. That's what the head swap looks like for anybody interested. As you guys can see, the greens don't really match, but I do like this modern head sculpt a little better. Can't really see it. I can't get it. But I like this modern head sculpt better, like I said. But yep, that's what it looks like, man. Not the biggest fan. The metals don't really match either. This right here with the Doombot head. I don't know, man. I feel like the head is a little small, and the neck is a little tall for it. I don't know which one it is, but that's what the Doombot head looks like. And what would you call this? A modern Taskmaster? Is what it looks like, man. A little bit of a head swap. But I feel like the head is covering it right now, but I feel like the head looks a little tall on him. you guys can see, it doesn't fit perfectly, but hey, you guys let me know if it works out. Here you guys can see a comparison of both. Oh man, if they would have just done the green on the left for the right, giving us both heads on the right version, because I really like the eyes on this version right here, as you guys can see. They're way better defined than for the photoreal. And I think I like better the metal on the left, man. If they would have done the color again on the right, would have been nice. But and I like the shorter skirt from the right one. So I think a mismatch of these two would have been perfect. But we can only wish, man.
I rise and I wake and I gotta go get it. I'm making my bed and it's straight to the digits. No cup of jokers, that shit is acidic. So I take a shot with the lemon and ginger. Look in the mirror like, yeah, I'm the nigga. Look in the mirror like, damn it, I'm fitted. Looking outside like the world is all mine. Look in the mirror like, nigga, go get it. I gotta get to the scene, oh. I gotta get to the bag now. I can't be chasing on these hoes. They getting they feeling and dragged down. That's why these niggas just crash out. Stuck in the cell and it's man down. Life getting gone in a flash now. Fuck it in and I'ma stand out. I done seen these niggas crash out. They some baby boys, I'm the man now. They was questioning, make them fans now. I'm the best in my league and that's hands down. Understand now, got plans now, got big dreams. Nah, fuck that, got big schemes since 16s, hot 16s. I started broke, then I fixed thing. Might been king, I been he. My bitch bad, my whip clean.
400. And it's like, oh, is that like 400 for both? And it's like, nope, 400 each. I was like, God damn, brother.
These motherfuckers don't know me. It's my time, check. I rise and I wake and I gotta go get it. I'm making my bed and it's straight to the digits. No cup of jokers, that shit is acidic. So I take a shot with the lemon and ginger. Look in the mirror like, yeah, I'm the nigga. Look in the mirror like, damn it, I'm fitted. Looking outside like the world is all mine. Look in the mirror like, nigga, go get it. I gotta get to the scene, oh. I gotta get to the bag now. I can't be chasing on these hoes. They getting they feeling and dragged down. That's why these niggas just crash out. Stuck in the cell and it's man down. Life getting on.
Work on the setup for Leo for a minute now. I really wanted to recreate that scene where he's kind of getting his ass kicked by the foot because he got ambushed without his brothers. I've been trying to do this shot since I got this figure and finally getting around to it. I'm gonna move this guy a little bit right here. Get this guy a little more in frame. Now, am I the only one still using this fucking articulated ninjas, man? The articulated acorn ninjas? I don't see anybody else use these guys, and these guys are awesome in my opinion, man. These guys are super fun and just overall great army builder. So yeah, kind of tripping why I haven't really seen anybody else really shooting them. They're old, maybe that's why. Just doing the finishing touches right here on the display. Have Leo jumping off the building, taking out the rest of them with him, but I can't seem to. That's good enough. I might have to fix that. The rest fell, but hey, we're working with what we got, right? Now we're gonna add a little bit of light. Oh shit. We're still good, we're still good. There you go. Add in some light, a little bit of last touches, and we should be good to go. There you go. That should be a good setup. So I actually got to also go around the NECA booth, man, and you guys already know I'm mainly for the comic book stuff, so I went straight to the Mirage section, and they have pretty cool, reveals, man. I'm really excited about the whole like new generation of turtles. I think those look great. The way they look, all different body molds, completely different setup. It's not gonna be really the same as the Mirage turtles, which were all the same body mold. And I think they also have Casey Jones, I believe Jr. or maybe her name was just Casey Jones with the bike on there. That was pretty great. And just the whole Mirage slash Ronin display was really awesome. They had a lot of cool stuff also that you guys saw. But that's mainly what I'm excited for. Now, what I do always say that I want to collect mainly the Mirage turtles. Just there's too much shit coming out, man. I would love to go ahead and collect all of them, but I've been, picking and choosing what I pick up. I still need to track down a Master Splinter, and I have the Shredder, I have the Casey Jones, But I think I just need a Splinter and a April O'Neil, and then I can cherry pick even more. But those are kind of the main ones I'm really looking for. This whole setup did kind of come down on me. Try to like rebuild it a bit, but I am kind of disappointed on the whole thing with Mirage. The Mirage Turtles being repackaged into a single packaging with way more accessories than the 4 pack. That kind of sucks. It's just I feel that kind of bad business practice in my opinion. Like it's cool that it gives a chance to new people to pick up this Mirage Turtles because as you guys can see, they're fucking awesome. But I think that having them being packaged with way more accessories than the 4 pack was kind of just leaves a bad taste in my mouth, in my opinion. Just being straightforward to all those people who picked up the 4 pack, even though it kind of gives you incentive to go ahead and pick up a second set. I still don't think it's a good business practice overall, at least towards your consumers. I think it's grimy. I think it's a dirty move. Now, a little story time. I actually got a chance to take a look at something really specific. So you guys probably saw the clip where I was talking to my girl, and I was pretty much asking like, was it 400 for both or 400? What was the deal? So that was actually a life size Chucky and Bride of Chucky, I think that they had at the con. And I don't know if it was an exclusive to the con. I don't really collect that kind of stuff, but my girl seemed to like it. So I actually went up to the guys and asked them, like, "Hey, like, what's up? Like, what's the price on these? I'm interested in picking them up." And the guy's like, just like flat out, dry as hell, just not giving a fuck. My guy just disrespectful was 400, just one word, 400. And I was like, "Oh, all right, cool, like 400 for the set or like," and he's like, "Nope, just for one, 400." I was like, what the fuck? 400 for a life-size fucking doll? $400. And that's where the clip comes from, man. I literally walked up to my girl and I told her, "Hey, it was 400." And I was like, "Nope, not for both of them, 400 each." So that set would have cost you $800. Insanity.
They're like look at this thing. Look at the detail on this stuff. It's crazy.
Comics booth over at SDCC. I checked out a few things, man. Those Berserk pretty much statues that they had were pretty sick. They had a lot of cool little things, to check out at the booth. But one of the big ones that I was definitely excited about, man, was that Lobster Johnson. And the last time I saw that Lobster Johnson was back, I want to say in 2018 SDCC, man. The last time I actually went. to the convention, and they only had, I think, a grayscale version of him, so he was unpainted. They had him right next to Hellboy, but I definitely had to lock in that Lobster Johnson and that Hellboy, man. I want a second one, just, you know. Also got a chance to run by the Mattel booth, man. I'm not a big He-Man guy, but the Revelation figures looked really damn great. You know, it got me kind of interested. I've been looking for the definitive He-Man for a while. I think I've mentioned this before on Dynamic Saturday, where I want to just find the definitive He-Man, definitive Skeletor, and just kind of have one version of each. And with Mondo kind of throwing their hat in the ring, I'm kind of interested in checking out what they have to offer before I jump over to the Revelations line. I might just jump in and just get the classics that they released, I think 2 years ago, it might have been a year ago. You know, track those down, but for now, I'm really interested to see what Mondo brings to the table with the 112 scale stuff. So yeah, I mean, they've been killing it with the 1/6 stuff, so why not kind of bring that same energy to their 112 stuff when it comes to He-Man? I got to check out another few cool things, man, like that Chinese company. I believe it's called Romanki. They had some really cool designs, man. I had seen it before on the Discord, you know, on a few Discords, but they were just talking about it, and kind of excited about it. But just seeing it in person, the sculpt, the artistic freedom they really put into that, man, it's kind of crazy to look at those figures. They just look like work of art. It really reminded me of kind of like apostles type of thing, designs from Berserk. So that was pretty cool. I also got to check out some of the 3-0 stuff. A lot of 1/6 stuff. It was, it's pretty cool to just kind of window shop them. I'm not super interested in like kind of going in depth and trying to pick any more 1/6 stuff. I'm good with my Hot Toys Vader. But yeah, man, all that 3-0 stuff looked really great as well. And yeah, man, I'm just happy to have an excuse to shit this Hellboy. It's been a minute. But yeah, let's go ahead and move on. Continue with this little special. It's so great, man. I didn't think I was gonna be able to hold it, man. This is just wow.
Really, really good reaction. This is for my boy Cerebral Dude, Robotech.
Rattler, just not for me, man. I won't be backing it. It looks huge in person. Pause. It's a really big plane. It's pretty cool. 6-inch vehicles. The Joe team keeps killing it with vehicles. But the only reason I really picked up this tank is because I'm a big fan of tanks, man. His tank looked cool. I've always been a fan of heavy artillery and just kind of, World War II tanks, Shermans, Tigers, Panzers. And I mean, I couldn't skip on the fact that I wanted a tank in my collection. But as far as backing any more Joes, Haslabs, I'll have to take a look. Didn't back the Stinger, I think it was called, or the Dragonfly, sorry. And I didn't back the Rattler. So let's see how to talk about the Hasbro Black Series showing. Trash, I tell you, trash. I don't know what's happening, if it's the current state of Star Wars or just Hasbro. I mean, I don't know. Just super disappointed as a diehard Star Wars fan. As you guys can see, I do collect the line, but I haven't collected in it's been probably almost a year since I've bought a Black Series. Oh, I don't want. I'm lying. Probably 6 months. I think the last Black Series I bought was that Ahsoka right there. Yeah, this is Ahsoka. She looks nice, really nice. But other than that, I don't know. The only thing I was kind of interested in was the Beskar Imperial Commando. I forgot what they were called, but yeah, man. The 5s, the Black Series 5s for a good price, hit me up. I'm looking for to complete the little duo. And also, if you guys got a good price on the Republic Commandos, I need the 2 more to complete the team. And yeah, probably out, man. Black Series really beats the win.
Gandalf is right there? Oh yeah, that's just sick. didn't think they're gonna do the whole like crew, but I guess they are going for the whole crew.
To opening some old figures, man. I had these guys in my bins, went in digging, and I just felt like opening something up and messing around with it right here on the desk. Just got a neck of Casey Jones and Mayfix Boba. As far as Boba Fett goes, this is probably the better looking Boba Fett out of the three. Out of SHF, out of Black Series, I still stand by Mayfix doing the better proportion, the better articulated, they're overall better Star Wars figures. My only issue really is the price. I don't think this guy is as good as he should have been for the price I paid. And one of my big gripes with them is that connection right there. Like every Boba Fett figure, those what do you call them, wires or just hose that connect to like the fire of the gauntlet really are really in the way, and he's kind of loose, man, from his ankles. He really won't stand that well. But yeah, so I have him here. I still need to shoot him. He comes with a bunch of accessories that are pretty sick, an Armas helmet. But as far as the figure goes, just I feel like it just needed a little more time in the oven before they really released them for the price that they did. And yeah, that's about it. I mean, still a cool figure to have in the collection, a good stand-in. I need to get a throne for him, but as far as an overall action figure, I think he's a little mediocre. Now this Casey Joe's actually impressed me more than I expected. I kind of wanted to break him out just because I saw everybody messing around with their Mezco Casey. I missed out on the Mezco turtles and essentially didn't even try to get the Mezco Casey Jones. But yeah, it kind of pushed me to open this guy, and it was a happy surprise, man. I was really impressed by articulation, how well he moves. My only issue with them is, I mean, it's with every NECA, how easy the paint chips off of them, but the comic book look, everything, like the ability to move, the articulation on it, even though the quality seems a bit stressful, I guess could be said, like it feels like it's gonna break. I still had a lot of fun with this figure, more than I expected, man. He's just a fun figure to pose and just mess around with. A fine addition to the Mirage line for NECA. And then this thing right here too, man. Like these guys are like super cool. Like the little golf bag, and then like all the stuff it comes with, and they can all chill there. He comes with an unmasked head, and then like the mask separately, which is super cool. Just an overall fun figure, man. I've been messing around with him a bit here on the table, just having fun with it. One of my favorite parts of SDCC is just looking at all these figures I would never even take a look at on online, man, or even just kind of go out of my way to look at them. And just having them there on the floor really kind of catches your eye, especially those I think it was Beast Kingdom. Don't quote me on it. I don't remember too well, but those Batman figures were super great, man. They looked amazing, but the ones that definitely attracted my attention the most was the Gandalf and the Godfather figure. Like that thing was just that really looked super great, man. And I'm not the biggest Godfather fan. I don't even remember the guy's name, but just the representation of what that movie means in history, and all the accessories that guy showed up with, like the desk and all that stuff. Even the Gandalf had like this cool like set piece, which I don't know if it's gonna come with the figure. I think I did ask the guy, the representative there, and he did tell me that it was included with the figure, but I can't remember too well. But those guys just looked great in person, and definitely it caught my eye when it came to just random figures I would have never looked at, especially in 1/12 scale. Like usually you hear about Masco, you hear about obviously Hasbro, and maybe Hot Toys for 1/6, but these guys just in person they look completely different and great. So that caught my attention was Jada stuff, man. I'm not a big Street Fighter guy. I'm not really collecting online. I've heard a lot of cool things about it. Seeing them in person there was really great. I did play some Mega Man when I was younger. Not the biggest fan. I still need to get around to pick up that one Mega Man, but the rest of the lines looked just amazing as well in person. But the ones that Jada Toys definitely did bring the heat with was the Cyberpunk 27 Edge Runners line, dude. Oh, that thing has been one of my most anticipated lines of all time. So I'm a big Cyberpunk 27 fan. I played the game. That was kind of my first exposure to it. The game was I was one of the few people who bought the game upon launch and actually played it through. It wasn't the greatest, but it still had a great story, a super fun story, and uh, and then when they brought out the anime for Edge Runners, if you guys haven't checked that out, that thing completely changed my view on the franchise and just the possibilities for it. So the fact that we're getting a whole crew, we're getting the iconic soft goods, and the possibilities for like an Atom Smasher, or any other of the villains. Just it's a line I'm definitely willing to support. Just seeing it in person just kind of reinforced this excitement I had for Cyberpunk 27. So, Edge Runners is definitely going to be a line to look out for. And it's going to be my first exposure to the Jada 6-inch figure. So, we'll see how that goes, man. But definitely excited for that. Alright guys, this has been another episode of Dynamic Saturday. I'm cutting it a bit short just because this episode went a little too long, man. It's probably going to be the longest episode I've ever dropped. I just had a lot of footage from SDCC, and I have a lot more footage that I didn't put in this video. As far as that goes, I just feel like I was getting a little overwhelmed, man. Just wanted to make sure to drop this. I might do a 14.5 episode, just drop the rest of the footage that I had during July, and then August, and then essentially from there, and probably sprinkle some newer stuff I've gotten in the more recent weeks. But as far as the episode goes, this is it, man. I want to talk a little more about this figure. I'll probably drop it in the next episode as well. This was my SDCC pickup. What else? What else can I talk about? As far as beta posing goes, I'm still working on it. I'm still working on setting up a schedule with most of the guys. It's just hiccups, man. It's growing pains that I was expecting. I wasn't expecting it to be as much as I thought at first, which is not an issue. I just didn't think that would take that much coordination from my part, but apparently it does. Those are growing pains. Like I said, those are things that I'm learning to set up. I'm probably gonna try to streamline next year a little better for battle posing, but we're still working on that. We're still doing that. I have a few dates set in stone already for a few participants, but the rest I still have to figure it out. Maybe by the time this drops, I might have already dropped the bracket with some dates on it, but we will see. And now, as far as Dynamic Saturday goes, I feel like this episode I talked a little too much. There was a little too much going on. So what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to streamline this episodes and maybe cut them down a little bit. I always say I want to cut them down. I always say I want to break it down a little less time, and I never do. But this time I'm definitely going to try to be on that. I'll probably, like I said, drop a 14.5, something real quick to get rid of the leftover footage I have, and then just start fresh. But I want to bring it back to the photography and just me posing, kind of recording me setting up displays, and less of me talking. So that's gonna be kind of the goal for the next few episodes. And yeah, man, episode 14. So I still have a few things I want to talk about next episode that I didn't talk about in this one regarding some of the stuff I did, especially the Transformers YOLO Park representative, and just a few things I want to touch up on, especially like I said on this guy. So next time on Dynamic Saturday, we're gonna see that. All right, guys, take care. Have a good one.